If you can't come in, be sure you call off. If you call off, be sure you don't call off more than 8 days in a work year. If you do, you can be put on probation, lose hours or days from your work shift, or even be potentially fired. Be sure to show up to work on time so all of your work can be done. You should be in professional clothing if you are not working in the lab area. Be presentable for customers and ready to take care of their animals. If you are in the lab area, make sure you are wearing your lab coat, gloves, goggles, and rubber-soled shoes. There should be no open-toed shoes. Never mix bleach and ammonia. The chemical combination can create fumes that are dangerous for both animals and humans. Keep the floor as dry as possible. Clean up any liquids that you see. Keep the floor clutter-free. Make sure that nobody is tripping or stepping on anything that they shouldn't. All accidents and/or injuries should be reported to your supervisor. There should be a first aid box in the classroom at all times. There should be no eating in the lab area. If you do decide to eat, it should be in the classroom and all trash should be thrown away in the large trash cans. Be sure to wash your hands regularly, especially before or after eating and before or after touching an animal. Never place 2 animals in the same holding cage without permission, and never leave an animal unattended. Put a muzzle on any aggressive animals that you may have. If they put up a fight, ask for another person to help. Never hit a dog. Your voice is your best option. That way they do not feel threatened. Help anybody who is having problems or is unsure of what they are doing. If you yourself are not sure, ask your supervisor and they will be able to help. When working with large animals, it is best to work in pairs. Although if the animal is cooperative, it is going to be easier and you may not need help, but it is always a good idea to have your partner nearby. When working with small animals, you should be able to handle them easily, but if you do have any problems or concerns, ask your supervisor. Be sure to come into work with a good attitude. Greet everybody and put on a smile. If anybody does not want to touch a specific animal, try to help them, or if you yourself do not want to touch that animal either, ask somebody else who is willing to help. Keep accurate records on all animals. This should include their cage number, the number of animals in the cage, the food they have or the food that you add, and any births and/or deaths. Be sure to read all directions thoroughly and carefully to ensure that what you are doing is being done right. When cleaning a cage, put the animals in a holding cage and dump the remnants of the cage into a large trash can. Spray the cage with the soap and water mixture, making sure to cover all the walls. Scrub the cage, cleaning out anything that you may find in the cage. When it's done being scrubbed, rinse it out and let it disinfect for 10 minutes. While your cage is disinfecting, you should follow the same steps for the water bottles and the feed dishes. While everything is disinfecting, try to play with the animals, that way they stay friendly. When a customer comes in, your supervisor will speak to them and ask them if their expectations were made for their animal. If their expectations were met, you will be given a good review, and over time, you may get a pay raise. If your job stations are done correctly, over a period of time, you may bump up to a new position or get a pay raise. Putting in the extra effort shows that you are willing to go the extra mile and are ready for a potential leadership position.
You're just part of the video, okay? I need big boy. Come here, Honor.
You wanted the muzzle.
You wanted.
How do you feel?
That is way too big on him.
Come here.
Oh my god.
Don't forget the soap. That's not soap. One of those 2 days will be going on. Aaliyah, you look at the camera! No. I'm having fun, Aaliyah.
No, Marissa. She said no.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
Marissa, what did you have to
I need to do that with Ruth. He needs to be in my next video. Why are you taking the dog's butt? What are you